Should a wife split bills with her husband? I know the women are here. They are ready for us now with their glass boots. Okay, but then before I solicit your responses on this topic, should a wife split bills with her husband? I think it is more of a subjective matter than an objective matter. If you ask me, the issue is highly subjective in nature because it is affected by personal views, experience, or background. Take for instance, in the Nigerian context, the norm is that men are providers while women and children are receivers. Uh, Take for instance, it's a scenario where a child wants to get something from the parents, but then the mom is the only one available at the moment, and he gets to the mom, I need this. And even when the woman has the means to attend to the child, he says, no, just wait for your father. It's his responsibility to provide all of that for you. So you see that in the African society, men are projected to be sole providers. For some women, it becomes a shock to them when they leave the shores of Nigeria, say to Europe, America, or Canada, and they meet with situations that require them to adjust in this mentality, this mental transition where you have to see that, yes, you also contribute because if you leave everything to the man, he may eventually collapse under the weight of every responsibility. So they find it difficult. Even someone mentioned sometime on Twitter that there should be a crash course for women traveling abroad to meet their husband because they have to unlearn a lot of things that they do here. And when they get there, they meet an entirely different. And I think it's more of the society where the person is operating from. That is my view anyway. So let's start with Gracious this time around.
Alright, so I feel like when we say the man's money is our money and the woman's money is her money, we've come together to form a union, to marry, to form a marriage union. And I feel like his money, my money, I work, he works, we put it together and we run our family smooth. That's what I think. Nobody should, she should be able to support. Nobody should have their own money. It's our family after all. So that's what I think.
It's really impressive having to hear you are saying this because most of us grew up not seeing our mothers as providers in the context of that word, providing. Though, of course, they had their role to play in the house.
It's very, very important that couples split pay, but it's not by force. You don't force your wife. But in my own opinion, I would say 70-30. At the split, that be 70-30. The husband take charge in most of the things in the house, while the woman can just few of the things. But if as a woman you see that your husband, maybe the financial strength is not much, you can pick up as a woman to chase the bill. If really you're a good wife, maybe that's a good or bad wife. So if really you're a good wife, you chase the bill. Maybe later when your husband finances come up, you can put all together. That will enable both of you. That will enable both of them to save, to invest wisely. So that's my view for now.
So before I get the comments from the barrister, when do you think is best to discuss this issue of bill splitting? Should it be before the marriage or after the or during the marriage itself?
Don't try it after the marriage. Anything you see, you collect. Actually, those are things you should talk about.
Yes, now.
Okay, because really in the African context, I don't think we have that time to discuss that. We just leave certain things to chance, and when you leave certain things to chance, then chance will take its own chance too. Alright, let's get to the comments.
Well, I think it's the issue of splitting bills is a matter of practicality and understanding. But considering the reality of our society, the economic reality of our society, it makes a lot of sense. It's a practical decision if the bills are handled by both the man and the woman. I guess, will have to sort themselves. And I'm thinking, no matter how many times you sit down to discuss how the bills will be split, you will eventually come to a natural ratio. Okay, you handle rent, you're the man, you handle rent, I will handle the children's snacks, or I will handle feeding in the house. So however you work it out, it depends on you and your husband, and I see the value to it because it keeps the woman productive, and in the event of demise of her spouse, she would not be left destitute. So I think the attitude of splitting the bill is a helpful attitude, even if the man is capable of providing everything. It's a helpful attitude because it keeps the woman busy. It keeps her busy, keeps her mind engaged to do other things. And from what I understand, children tend to learn more from their mothers than they would from the father. Whether it is language, finances, or how they conduct themselves, they tend to pick subconsciously things from their mother. So a busy mother, an engaged mother, someone that has something doing, will also have something to pass on to the children. And if she is letting in income, then splitting the bill is a sensible thing as well.
Thank you. And when she's not wholly dependent on the husband for everything, a situation whereby the child asks for mom, I need biscuits. He says, no, I can't afford it. Just wait until that comes. This is responsibility to provide all of that for you. That wouldn't be the situation.
Yeah, adding up to what Barrister said, growing up during that my primary section, as of then, my father knew very Okada. River State governor said they don't want to bike again. So it was hard on my dad. And being good as my mom, she got to take everything, take the responsibility. She was paying rent from her petty business. She was paying rent, taking care of my fees, my younger brother, even my little sister that was with us there. So this woman is a kind of mother that she don't really depend on what my husband brings, because even when my dad was there, even when the money was there, both of them, they are doing it together. But since the financial strength couldn't meet up again, my mom had to pick up everything till when my dad was a little bit buoyant, he starts coming up again. And I believe as a couple, you split bills, but it's not by force. You don't force your wife that, madam, you must do this one, you must do that one. No, out of love, she will be willing, or out of love, you will not break your husband's head. But see, nobody knows what was going on in our home. Only me, my dad, my mom, and all of us were home. So all these things still boils down to when you marry a woman. Now your kind of woman should not be all these ladies that want to accuse great father.
Okay, so the fact that somebody is working, savvy, doesn't mean they will help. You know that, right?
Yes.
It's one thing to marry a woman who is working, like your uncle advised you. There's a difference between marrying a woman who is working and marrying a woman who is working and willing to bring out her money and support you. Some of them will work and you won't see 1 naira. Also, there's the fact that, like from your story, your mom stepped up when your dad could no longer do it. So it's a situation of the woman is waiting for when the man is incapable, as opposed to even when he's capable, she supports. I don't know if you get my point.
Yes.
My husband is capable, fine. He's earning something, he's working, but I'm also supporting. But in most cases, it's when my husband has fallen, that's when I will see that, water don't pass them. So that's what happens a lot of times. You now step up because you can't let your children go hungry.
Yes.
You know.